Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for your stimulus package, stimulus check update, and news talk. If you wouldn't care, hit the subscribe button, give me that thumbs up, and I really would appreciate it, guys. Also, I'll have a link in the description below. If you like horror movies, found footage movies, anything scary, anywhere from full HD movies to short movies, anywhere from 15 minutes long to an hour and a half to 2 hours long. I've got scary movies, anything you want to watch. I mean, it's scary. Supernatural, paranormal, you name it. Go down and check that channel out and subscribe and see if you can help me out there. And one more thing, guys, before we jump into this. Now, when I do these videos, I try to do them as they come out. I might be a little late doing it, but sometimes, especially right now, there's a lot of stimulant stuff going on. So, sometimes by the time we upload these videos, the possibility something new has come out and maybe has changed the information. I had one or two people comment say that my information was just a little bit behind. Well, my information was right and correct, but it's just there's so much information coming out about everything. Just it's a mess right now. Everybody sees things different, you know, but I just try to read or go over what's the most important. So, that being said, let me jump into this and we'll go over it. Well, let me say this right quick. On the stimulus checks, guys, I do believe there'll be a stimulus check. I don't know if it's going to be 600, 1,200, 200, or what. But I do believe there'll be one. They just got to be one. They just has to be. American people is suffering. I've never seen nothing like this. I mean, this is a truly nightmare. This ain't no movie that I used to sit and watch and think, oh my God, I reckon that would ever happen. Well, that'll never happen. Yeah, it's happened. It's here. It's on us. And it's killing people every day. Thousands of people. I mean, and hundreds and hundreds of people getting sick every minute, catching this virus. I mean, God, guys. It just blows my mind. I wonder if I'm still stuck in a dream. Am I dreaming? Is this real? You know? So, just be careful, guys. Stay safe. It's just bad. It's just bad times right now. But anyways, let's go over some of this. Now, on Monday, a bipartisan group of senators announced 2 coronavirus relief bills aimed at ending the month-long gridlock that has kept Congress from passing another stimulus package. The group had been working on a $908 billion compromise bill, but struggled to agree on liability protection and state and local aid. Ultimately, the lawmakers decided to split the package into 2 bills. Now, a $748 billion proposal will contain the less controversial measures like small business aid, jobless benefits, and money for vaccine distributions. Another proposal would contain the liability provisions and $160 billion in state and local aid. Now, who has been part of the group pushing for compromise? Well, okay, wait just a second, guys. Something new. Okay, now, the group pushing for compromise, they told Yahoo Finance that negotiations just couldn't get there. Now, on the 2 biggest sticking points, King had worked closely with Republican lawmakers, including Senator Rob Portman and Senator Lindsey Graham to try and hammer out an agreement on liability protections. This isn't the last time, I'm sure. Now that will address this subject, but we couldn't get there in time to complete these negotiations, said King. Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has urged lawmakers to temporarily drop state and local aid and pass the liability shield and pass what they can agree on first. Now, the Democrats have so far rejected the ideal, saying the bipartisan talks should play out. Now, let's see. At this point, it's not clear if the Democratic leadership will move forward without state and local government aid. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi told reporters on Monday she supports state and local aid, but wouldn't say if it would be a red line for Democrats. Now, I'm not going to vote against a plan that will send $750 billion to the American people at a time when they really need it, because it doesn't have something state and local aid, but that I also want, so I hope that's the response, said King. These people. Now, the $748 billion package does not include another round of stimulus checks yet. Now, Senator Bernie Sanders and Senator Josh Hawley have been leading a push to include another round of direct payments in the bill. And Sanders said he would not sign off on this if they didn't put some kind of a stimulus check in it for the American people. So, we'll see. And what do you guys think? Are they just full of hot air, as usual? I mean, possible. We'll see. But now they said they would not sign off on it unless there was a stimulus check for the people. Now, we started a cap on what could be spent, and it just wasn't enough, said King. We felt that the property had to be those people who were unemployed and those businesses that were about to go under. It was sort of a triage project. It's now up to the congressional leadership how to move forward with the proposals. King said there is a possibility that leaders could decide to add stimulus checks to the proposal later. Okay, guys. Now, let's go over this. Bipartisan lawmakers split their initial $908 billion stimulus framework into two parts. One with previous zones that Republicans and Democrats agreed on, and one that marries their two sticking points in a final effort to get a deal done before the end of the year. We've had a Christmas miracle occur in Washington, said Senator Susan Collins, who supports both bills. I want to thank my Democratic and Republican colleagues in the Senate for working so hard to bring us to this day. Now, a $748 billion stimulus bill includes provisions both parties support, including the extension of 2 expiring unemployment programs, an additional $300 a week in jobless benefits, a second round of the Paycheck Protection Program, rental assistance, student loan forbearance, and funding for testing, tracing, and vaccine distribution, among others. The second bill includes just the 2 provisions: liability protection for businesses that some Democrats criticized as a poison pill, and $160 billion for state and local government aid, which Republicans, including Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, have called a blue state bailout. Neither proposal includes a second round of stimulus checks, a provision supported by Democrats, Republicans, and the White House in earlier negotiations. The split could help Leader McConnell with the process. Mark Harkins, a former congressional staffer and senior fellow at Georgetown's Government Affairs Institute, told Yahoo Money, but it is unclear what happens if the Senate passes the smaller bill and the House adds back in the state and local aid. Now, the new $748 billion is what McConnell proposed as a compromise between the two parties last week. What I recommend is we set aside liability and set aside state and local and pass those things that we can agree on. Now, McConnell told reporters then, we'll go back at this after the first of the year. First of the year would be too late because people will be starved to death. Look at all the millions of people that need a stimulus check in their household. This is uncalled for. I'm not going to say what I want to say, but you might get the point. While Democratic leaders initially turned down McConnell's proposal, some key Democrats may be ready to agree to a slimmed-down deal. Majority Leaders Steny Hoyer, I can't ever pronounce that guy's name right, signaled he'll take a deal without the state and local government funding to get the ESTL done, and we think state and local is important, and if we can get that, we want to get it, Hoyer said, but we want to get aid out to the people who are really, really struggling and are at grave risk. Grave, exactly right. You're going to put everybody in the grave if you don't help them. This is, Lord of mercy. I've got nothing for these people in Washington. I don't. I know some of them is trying to help, but you've got the ones that doesn't want to help, and a slew on the other side that don't care nothing about us. Now, up to 12 million Americans are expected to lose unemployment benefits coverage when two programs enacted under the CARES Act expire on December the 26th. The federal eviction moratorium, paid sick leave, aid to state and local governments, among other relief, also will lapse. The $784 billion bipartisan proposal has a much lower price tag than the $2 trillion version of the HEROES Act. Democrats were pushing throughout the most recent phase of talks, as well as the $908 billion that the bipartisan group initially proposed. Whether Democrats agree to the $748 billion proposal may be key to whether Congress reaches a deal in the lame duck session, but it's unclear if they'll agree to a package that only has $188 billion in new funding. Guys, I don't know what to think. I do, but I don't. I know it don't make a lot of sense, but I don't know, it's as simple as this. It's completely uncalled for that they couldn't give everybody a stimulus check every month. They could have done that. They could have done this 3 or 4 months ago when they knew they was going to have to do another round of stimulus. There was no reason, no cause for this whatsoever. All they have done is bicker and fit and argue about back and forth, and it's all about politics, all what they can do for themselves, them rich friends, their family, but they don't care about us and our families. Absolutely not. Now, I'm not saying all of them, but I could pretty much name the ones that don't. And there's a few that does, but the biggest majority don't. And Donald Trump is one of them. Does not care nothing about us. Never has. Never will. Mitch McConnell, just as worse as Donald Trump. Don't care nothing about us. Nothing. They sometimes might act like they do, but that's just to act. They're acting to get what they want. What does politicians do when it comes election time in your county, a county election? Sometimes when they come to your home, want to talk to you, can you vote for me? We can do this, or I can help you with this. I'll do that for you. I'll get this for you. What do they do? If they win office, most of the time, 90% of the time, what happens? You don't ever see them no more. They ain't gonna do. They just go the other way. They don't pay no attention to you. Put you off. They don't care. They don't care anymore. Once they get that power, once they get that seat, whatever position it is, they don't care no more. Simple as that. It's always been that way. It always will. I don't see it changing no time soon. Guys, that's all on this video. I just wanted to go over some stuff. But on the stimulus checks, that's just my opinion. Now, I do think there'll be one. I hope. But I don't know what the price is going to be. I don't know if it's going to be $600, $1,200, $200, $800. I don't know. But if it is $600, guys, take it. Yeah, we're going to take it. But, it's better than not getting nothing from our government. Better than nothing. But guys, I love you all. Listen, stay safe out there, and God bless.